Buddhist to some degree in terms of when I was searching for a religion to follow, because I wanted to. The problem I always had with religion, before I get into that, is that when I was looking for a religion to follow, I was raised Christian or Southern Baptist specifically, and as I've always said, never really believed in it. As I got older, I began to question it and thought it was all horseshit. And so I began to look at all sorts of religions. I looked at Judaism. I looked at sects of the Christian faith, or like Protestantism, Catholicism, and so on. I looked at the Islam religion. I looked at Buddhism, Taoism. What else did I look at? Kabbalah. I looked into that when Madonna was all into that in 1998, and was kind of followed that for a while. And so through all of these religions, though, I always told myself that the one test had to be that I had to believe in it fully, 100%. And so that's why I'm not religious, because I don't believe in any religion 100%. There's nothing in any book or texts or anything a pastor, priest, or imam or anybody else could tell me, or rabbi could tell me, that is 100%, on my viewpoint. And so I do look for religion to fit my views, because I feel that that's what religion is. Most people look at religion and say, well, religion isn't meant to fit your views. Your views are meant to fit the religion. And that's where the dogma comes in for me, where the dogma of religion is absolutely the most uninteresting and most off-putting part of it. Because dogma says you must do this, you must do that, it must be this way, you must pray this often, you must give this much money, you must do this, you can't do that, you can't be gay, you can't be this, and so that's what the dogma is. And I feel like people are turned away from religion because of it. Well, me included. And so I am someone who does not like to be told what to do at all. I've never been, even my mom will tell you, when I was a little 5-year-old, 4-year-old even, I was not the person, you would tell me what to do and I would just ignore you if I didn't want to do it, or I would, pretend to do it or something. I just have always been my own individual. I've never been someone who's able to be told what to do. So because of that, dogma has never appealed to me, and most religion hasn't either. And so as I was searching for religion, and I feel that, when anybody or anything tells you what to believe, it's telling you this is how you're supposed to believe and how you're supposed to think, that's a red flag. That's a cult, or that's something that you should be wary of. You should never just take everything on blind faith. You should always take everything at your own investigational level, meaning you look into it, you actually research it, you compare it and contrast it to what you know as factual and what you feel is real. And that's the part of spirituality that is intangible. And a lot of people, have a lot of discussions and a lot of arguments with people who are atheists or whatever about that, because although I'm not an atheist and I don't believe in a religion, I do have a spiritual context to myself. And I feel what I feel in terms of, my emotional state and a spiritual state, which is a heightened state of that, really is something that they often have a really difficult time understanding or really getting. They often don't understand that, what's the word I'm looking for? That spirituality is not about facts. It's not about what you necessarily know. It's about what you feel connected to. And so sometimes, how can I explain this spirituality? A lot of times people have a hard time understanding what is meant by that word. And for me, it's a connection to each other. It's even higher than an emotional connection. It's not a physical connection. It's not an emotional connection. It's something else. It's as if we are all one. Okay. And even on the scientific level or spiritual level, at the scientific level, we are all one technically, because we are all made up of stars. We are all made up of what, the stardust essentially, the cells and the molecules that came from stars that created this planet, and meteors that crashed into it, and et cetera. So if you want to get into it scientifically, we are all technically part of a whole. So whatever the Big Bang was, that one particle, the God particle they call it, whatever it was that expanded into the universe and it made all the planets and everything that exists in our universe anyway, that we know of, is everything that we're made of. So all of us have always existed, and we always will exist. And when I mean, from a scientific standpoint, what I mean is we are energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed, as is what is understood by physicists and, astrophysicists and everything else. You can't create energy and you can't destroy it. So if we are all energy, then that means we can never die, technically. So our cells, are whatever we are made of, our molecules, whatever makes us up, will continue on after we die. But it's that intangible part of ourselves that I'm trying to get to here. It's the intangible part that you can't describe with science, that you can't describe with even religion, and you can't describe in any other way but through spirituality, because religion confines what I'm talking about to one person's viewpoint or one religion's viewpoint. And of course, science does the same thing. It confines spirituality to evidence-based research or what's factual or whatever, what they consider factual. So spirituality is outside the realm of both religion and science, because it is that intangible thing. And even scientists and religious people, neither one can explain what began the universe, what came before the universe. If you want to call it God, then what created God? What created God, and so on and so on and so on. And that's the question that I think everybody has, even if there are multi-universes, and there are many, many different existences in this existence that we're in. Each of those universes had to be created through something. They had to be created from something. Nothing can be created or destroyed, at all. So it's energy cannot be created or destroyed, is what I'm trying to say. So something created that. So that's the conundrum or whatever, because you say, well, if something created that, then what created that, and what created that, and you can keep going on and on and on like a wall of mirrors behind you. You just keep seeing, an eternal question that never gets really answered. So it is a very difficult question, and it is one that no one can answer. And so when people tell me, oh, I know this is true, and I know that's true, I know my religion is the real religion, or I know that, it's all bullshit, and atheists are right, there's nothing else after we die. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything until you're dead. Until we're all gone, we don't know what happens. Either we do die and we know nothing more, our consciousness ceases to exist, or our consciousness moves on. It's one or the other. And neither atheists nor spiritual people or religious people know the answer to that. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about some other topics as well. If you want to call in, the number's 214. What is the number? 214-377-0481. And I'll be right back.
Don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to
Okay, so we're back. Thanks for joining me tonight. If you're listening on Block Talk Radio right now, the show's going to end in about 3 minutes. So if you want to hear the rest of the show, you can go to Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com, and search for Off Limits Show. And we're streaming live from Spreaker. So feel free to go there and listen. You can go in the chat room there as well if you want. And if you want to call in, the number is 214-377-0481. So thanks for listening if you're on Block Talk Radio. All right. So what was I saying? So we're talking about kind of spirituality and, the human experience. And as I was talking about earlier, I really looked into Buddhism and looked at that a great deal at a period in my life. And I think it's, in terms of my spirituality anyway, I'm sort of a cross between a Buddhist and a humanist, which is kind of an interesting combination, but that's kind of the way I think in terms of what I feel the truth is in terms of spirituality. So if you look at Buddhism, whether you're religious or not, to be Buddhist, you don't have to be religious. I mean, people think that religion is worshiping Buddha, and that's had nothing to do with Buddhism, really. Buddhism is not worshiping Buddha. Buddhism is looking at the teacher Buddha and taking the lessons that he taught and trying to implement them in your life. And so anyone could do that, whether you're a Buddhist or you're just religious, or if you're Christian even, or Catholic, or even an atheist. Anybody can employ these